Hey, everybody. It's good to see you.
Hi, everybody.
You guys know this lady?
Just a little.
It's good to see you, everybody.
Bigfoot stealing the channel.
No, he's not. This is not my channel. It's your channel. This is a cameo. If you guys can see us okay, hear us okay, can you put us something in the chat?
Put a 7x7.
7x7? Is that how it works here?
Works everywhere.
All right.
As long as they know. Hey, Chef Kicker, Dana B, Crazy Irish. Who else? Be Charming.
All right. We got some 5x5s and a 7x7. We got Miss Crazy Irish. You may scroll up and catch everybody. Let's do it.
Yep. I see Sassy Cat.
This is your channel. This is like 1 billion people.
It is not.
There is our brother Eric. And Eric, thank you for becoming a member of Lake's channel.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate that very much. We got Mr. Jim. Good to see you.
But all channel membership goes to your channel, to your Bible Fund.
Goes to the Bible Fund, yeah.
That's right.
Suburban Hillbilly. Hey, y'all, lurking, heartbroken today. Definitely keep you in our prayers. Not sure what's going on. But good to see you. Sorry you're going through things.
Yeah.
Lisa likes a few electrolytes. Oh, something in the water. I'm
like
catching on.
It's packed. Yeah, but that's the good stuff, though.
Yeah. Dana B, good to see you.
Mr. Boswell, Jim, hi.
Yeah. Be Charming, Mr. Boswell. You say hi.
I did say hi. I said hi to everybody.
Shift Kicker says she's proud of you.
I thought your live was really great today, Chef Kicker. She did a woman's live with Grace Johnson, Echo, Gigs. Somebody else was there. Help me out.
Hey, Mary, good to see you.
It was a great live.
It's Mary.
Hi, Mary. Mary Luck.
TH2 is seeing really good and hearing really good. Maria.
The internet ain't ready for TH2 yet.
No.
No.
Hey, Bobby, good to see you.
He's always welcome. Hey, Bobby, Paula.
Alan, good to see you.
Alan.
Paula, good to see you. Hey, it's PNW77.
Hi, PNW.
Good to see you. We got Sassy Cat.
Jamie.
What is the membership gifting? Membership gifting is, I've only seen this done on other channels. It's like, if you know somebody who isn't a member, you can actually, I think you can donate and help them become a member of a channel.
For a month.
Yeah, for a month.
Yeah.
So basically, if like a channel membership is 99 cents, you would click it. I've never done it. I've just seen it done on other channels.
Yeah.
So. Hey, Jamie, good to see you.
Hey, Rose Young.
Fellow New Yorker.
Lee and Chris. Chris says hello in between.
Hey, Rose, good to see you.
His bites, yeah. We've been having later dinners, too, now that the weather's breaking. And Vermont Preppers in chat.
Yeah. Hey, Lee, tell Chris we said hello and enjoy his dinner.
Yeah.
Vermont Prepper, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Always good to see you.
Miss Free Handley Maid.
Free Handley Maid.
Yeah. And Bushcraft.
That's who else was on the stream.
Ginger Ninja, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a stranger. You guys recognize Bushcraft family?
Yeah, I sent out a few emails, but just give us a sec.
Hey, Grace, good to see you. Susie D says, hello, Bigfoot and Sweet Lake. Good to see you. We got Sandra Moody.
Hi, Sandra. Chris Piot. Hello. That was my phone buzzing. It's Mom and Dad.
I'm used to doing this on my channel, and I'm done in like 4 seconds.
Not true. Hey, Wildlife.
Hey, good to see you.
And Dogmar.
Dogmar, good to see you.
Harvest Mary Moon.
Good to see you. I don't think I'm ever going to catch up.
Brooks, Home Sweet Home. Hello.
Long time off, offline, taking a much needed break and working.
Yeah.
It's good for you to take time away.
And our friend Bubba News.
Okay, good deal. Good deal, Bubba.
Okay. Yeah, be safe. Okay, Bushcraft. That's good to hear.
Hey, Watt Life, what happened? I won a prize.
What'd you win?
I think somebody, I'm not sure. He won something. Let's see. Who am I missing? Well, hope you guys are all doing well tonight.
Yeah, we got some stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
There was some. Well, first of all, let me back up a little bit.
To yesterday.
Let me back up to earlier today.
Okay.
So, my wife sent me this information of this pretty breaking news of some things that were going on in Ohio, and I thought, wow, that would be a really good thing to have a live stream on and just chit chat about. Get some thoughts from a lot of people. And then you ever have things just happen where you can be so pumped up for something 1 minute, and then like 10 minutes later, it's like,
Douche.
yeah, it's like, no. Not only am I not going live tonight, I don't know if I'm ever going live again. That was the day.
You had one of those I'm leaving YouTube days.
Yes, I did. And I talked to her, and we sorted through some things, put things in proper perspective. And sometimes a great wife will do that for you. She'll smack you around a little bit. But then she'll dust you off, get you back on the right track.
I take care of business.
Yeah, she took care of
I
business.
do homework.
Yeah. Bless you.
Bless you.
Yeah, Free Hanley gets it.
Yeah.
Suburban. Let's see. Life kicked me in the gut again today. Well, you definitely got our prayers, okay, Suburban?
Well, you might as well say hello to everybody. She's over there peeking. She was trying to look creepy.
Yeah. Let's see. Han Solo says, good save. Yeah.
Bobby says, understandable given what you guys going through. Yeah, I mean it's small change compared to what others are going through. But like I said, we're gonna adjust it as it comes. So hey, Han Solo.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
So Bigfoot, aka Josh.
Yeah, Josh. I'm Josh.
Is from Ohio.
Yeah, so maybe you guys know more about this.
Hey, Lori's World.
Hey, Lori. Maybe you guys know more about this than we actually do, because we just saw some more breaking news come through for this.
A little over an hour ago.
Yeah. What the heck is going on in Ohio, on the Ohio River again? It was just a few weeks ago we had the East Palestine incident and the toxic chemicals on the derailment, and then they had the brilliant idea of burning everything off.
Which they should have known better. We all know that they should have known better.
Right. But that's kind of why the stream's titled the way it is. There must be something in the water. Because
we had 10 barges.
Right. That not only did the East Palestine incident. Okay, I got to do this real quick.
Okay.
Suburban says, my husband came home sick last night, tested positive for the thing we can't mention. My dog got very sick suddenly last night. I had to take her to the vet by myself this afternoon. That's a lot.
Get it too.
That's a lot. And we just went through it. It's not fun, but we'll keep your husband in our prayers. We'll keep the whole
family and the dog and yeah.
Yep. So if you guys in chat don't mind, let's keep Suburban Hillbilly and her family in our prayers.
Right.
Yeah.
It's no fun.
No, it's not. It's not.
But when you're through it, which you will all get through it, you got the antibodies, right?
It's true. It's true.
There's a positive note to it.
That's true. So a couple weeks ago, or multiple weeks ago, we had the East Palestine. We all know about that one, the train derailment. Let's see. Speaking of Ohio.
We got an Ohioan in here. Hey.
Hello.
What is up? So one of my good friends, which banner does he call? Which one? This one? That one? That look legit to you?
I don't know.
They yell for a banner. All right, good enough.
Yeah, we know professional.
Hey, out to lunch. How are you?
Hey, it's Peanut.
Hey, Peanut. I always like seeing out to lunch because half the time I always feel like I'm out to lunch. That's a funny saying up here in the Adirondacks. Yep, he's out to lunch.
So Bushcraft, you see the comment that Susie D's got on, we have up on the screen there.
Hey, Susie D.
I mean, that's,
Oh yeah, I've got. I'm in contact with a lot of the people now.
Good,
'Cause
good.
They've for some reason the podcast is going out more than my video is. And they heard me on the podcast talking about like the scientist that got all the information. You know, they got all the tests and everything, and they were headed back and mysteriously crashed. A lot of these people talked to them about said stuff that was going on, and they feel it's very, very strange that happened. And they're still sick. There's people
Right.
over there still sick.
So
But
on top of
it's good water and clean.
yeah, that's kind of why we named the stream. There must be something in the water because those chemicals from East Palestine that leached into the waters.
and
Oh,
now
And
now
then, go ahead.
now 2:00 in the morning, Tuesday morning, 10 barges let loose,
Mhm.
3 of which got stuck on a bridge overpass. And one of those caught on fire. Now, I believe the one that caught on fire was either holding soy or was it corn? Or grain?
Corn or soybeans.
Or
Yeah,
grain.
corn.
So the other one has 1,400 tons of methanol,
Yeah.
and it's sinking.
Yeah.
Now,
As long as it stays in its containers, that's fine.
Right.
That's the thing. You don't know what they're going to do.
so
because
since sorry,
That whole thing with the Palestine thing, that is the last resort to burn it.
Yes.
It's never been a thing since 1985. It's the last time they burn a chemical, because usually they just dump it and they dig the dirt out and then take the dirt somewhere safe or a landfill or something.
Yeah.
And then it's over. But they burned it off, and it's nobody gets it that they burned a toxic in it. And the thing is, if they would have dumped it, it wasn't that bad.
right,
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad, but when they burned it, that's the same thing as that mustard gas that killed so many people in World War One, and it was banned for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
So Chris, it kind of was Kentucky, but it's on the Ohio River.
Right.
Well,
So
yeah.
right. So it started off. Now this was okay. We'll get into who owns the barges in a minute, but this,
she's been digging into so much.
so it started off in Kentucky. What was it? Louisville, and it's obviously the Ohio River. And in Cincinnati tonight, fire crews around 4:00 on the scene of a barge fire on the Ohio River. In this afternoon at 4:00, they on the Ohio River just east of 5400 River Road and 5600 River Road. Officials advising residents within half a mile of the fire to shelter in place and turn off their HVAC systems. Cincinnati Police Department says vehicular and pedestrian traffic is restricted between the 5400 to the 5600 block of River Road, and public should avoid the area. And this is some pictures that we have of that fire, which we also, I think, have on screen.
Yeah.
Um,
So at first I didn't, I mean, the odds of there being another barge on the river,
Yeah.
I mean, connecting the 10 with the fire, I couldn't make the connection, but I'm pretty sure it is
yeah,
the same barges that got stuck on the dam. So the 1,400 tons of methanol, did I read that correctly? That it's on a barge that's starting to submerge.
Yes.
It's like
Yeah,
sinking.
tons.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
1,400.
people said it was pounds. And I said, no, it's tons.
No,
1,400 tons.
tons.
And methanol, that's like fuel additive, right? I mean, they use it in the manufacturing of a lot of things,
Right.
but
They use it in manufacturing. They also use methanol in gas and other things to take out water.
it is toxic.
Oh, yeah. So within 10 to 30 hours, there's a lot of symptoms you need to look for. Nausea, confusion, blurred vision or loss of eyesight, seizures. And then within 10 to 30 hours, it can be fatal.
And unfortunately, it is blowing to Kentucky right now. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's hope there's no flames involved with that barge in particular. I mean, I don't know what kind of. I mean, the Ohio. I'm correct when I say the Ohio flows to the Mississippi. Are correct?
yeah.
I mean, you're talking about a large waterway system potentially being contaminated if something like that would burst.
And all the little streams that go off of Ohio, because there's a lot of lakes that get filled by Ohio River and
What I was saying.
Yep. So yeah, that's like. I mean, this could end up being not that big of a deal if it doesn't escalate, but how much do you trust people after what they just did in East Palestine?
yeah.
Yeah, Susie D says, and they're complaining about cow's methane.
Right. So they're continuing right now and ongoing to test the air and the water, taking many, many samples. We've heard this before, right?
Who is doing the testing this time?
I actually did not check that out because I was too busy checking out
They
who
don't
owns
say.
these.
They just say they're checking it. Who is
Yeah.
these
Yeah,
ones
Yeah.
checking it?
got a pretty good idea. So a couple people have asked if you could turn your mic up just a bit.
Who, me?
Yeah,
You sound really, really quiet.
I can hear him good, but
Really? Huh.
Yeah. Crazy Irish even let me know that he was really quiet. Oh,
let's see. Chris says, I'm not trying to look for crazy, but dang, let's screw up the Bible Belt, anyone?
right. So the barge company that is involved with these 10 barges, it's only 3 of them that's been a problem out of the 10. The one that caught on fire, obviously the one carrying
How's
1,400 tons of methane, is the Ingram Marine Group. I don't know if you guys know about the Ingram Marine Group.
Not right off.
Yeah,
that better?
I've heard you good the whole time, so I'm not sure. Must be.
It's still kind of quiet.
Really? Huh.
So
Pretty Charming says it's still pretty quiet.
it's the Ingram Barge Company.
Yeah. I agree, Jim. Private labs should conduct the tests of the water.
Yep.
Yep.
Hey, Peanut. Are you out of work or still working?
So after and maybe this is like jumping the gun, but it's worth a discussion anyway. After the East Palestine incident, well, we all know that there's a certain green agenda that's being pushed by a lot of people, and after the East Palestine incident, and that scope of that, we still truly don't know how bad that is. It could be 1,000 times worse than you could ever imagine. Who knows, truthfully? But I've had some people who are legitimate, I would say, leftists, and that was the first thing that they kept pointing out. It's about this. We need to get away from this. We need, the train system. It all needs to go away. We need to do this. We need green. And it's like they just take this stuff and they just twist it and abuse it for this new agenda.
Oh yeah, it's usually those guys that are complaining about all these gases and stuff that take their airplanes back and forth on vacations, and they have all these airplanes, but you don't see them walking around and using their electric cars. they use more gas than we do.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Hey, TJ Squatching.
Hey, TJ, good to see you. That seems to be one of the new, and I guess it's been this way for a long time, but by the way, your volume is a lot louder.
Yeah, I just looked and it said my volume was at 20, so I turned it back up.
Yeah, it's good now.
Okay.
You sound much more authoritative.
I just did a video too, so hopefully you can hear the video.
Yeah. Also, everyone go check out Bushcraft's video. He did it for the Lighthouse News team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
with the Lighthouse News team.
Yeah. So that's something I've been noticing quite a bit. And I know it's been like this for a long time, but it just seems to be getting worse. Whenever you have a disaster like this, it's just twisted and used. Wait a minute, we have a celebrity backstage.
And we also have a taco man. Hi, Agent J.
A taco man.
Hey, what's up? How are you guys doing?
Hey, Peanut.
What's up, brother?
Hey, good to see you guys.
I call Agent J Taco Man because he always says hi with tacos. He has tacos like all the time.
There's nothing wrong with that.
So what you think,
He
Peanut?
doesn't share.
No, he doesn't.
I know he usually bring tacos for everybody. I just kind of came in late because I just got off work. I saw you guys were live, so the first thing I did off work was come in here and
Okay,
support you
so
guys.
we're bringing up the past, but still new East Palestine derailment and all the stuff that happened with the environment and the people and the animals. Now we have 10 barges that let loose yesterday morning at 2 a.m. and going from on the Ohio River.
Uh-huh.
And what happened was 3 of which got stuck. One of them caught fire carrying either the one with the grain or the soil.
Hopefully the
Right.
grain.
Right.
Hopefully.
And there's one sinking that has 1,400 tons of methane. Right?
Methanol.
Methanol.
That's still stuck on the bridge.
Well,
Methanol is like an alcohol. It's like a really overrated alcohol that like can take water out of your gas. It's used in a lot of things. Manufacturing.
And it's very toxic.
Yeah, and
Oh,
it's
really?
it's an
Wow.
additive to a lot of other different things.
I think it reminds me of what Otto Lunch was saying there. He was saying something about wormwood, right? Bigfoot.
Actually, that's what. Okay, that's a funny thing that you guys brought that up because this has actually got another name that means that.
Bitter. Yeah.
What? No way.
I'm not kidding. I come across it earlier. I'm just gonna have to get into the Lake Fairy files to find it because Lord knows got lots of those.
It's good to see everybody tonight. Appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with a little bit. Like I said, it was Lake sent me this the kind of the headline of this incident on the Ohio River today, and I thought, well, we could do a live stream, and I'm not sure if you guys have any updates on this. I mean, the Ohio River. Ohio, I mean, Bushcraft, obviously, but I grew up there. It's so if anybody has any updates, I'll really appreciate hearing anything you guys have. But these disasters that are happening, you got East Palestine, and you watch that sucker get twisted for left-wing agenda.
And they're running out of water.
East Palestine is?
Yeah, the water Trump brought over, even though they said, oh, it was from 10 years ago water, but they're running out of water now. And so that means what choice do they have is to go buy more water or to go turn the tap on.
Yeah, right. Right.
Yikes.
It's like
And there's still people getting burnt by taking a shower.
no kidding.
No way. Dang. Like if they were out in the sun too long or something, or they got a rash like that.
Well, they're fine when they're in there. When they get out and start drying themselves off, then they notice the irritation and like burns on them,
Dang. So it's
like
like,
a rash burn.
what's the last time there's been like, what I wonder about is like, it just seems like there's like a lot of these things all happening at the same time. So, I mean, like, how often does a barge, fall down in the river with toxic stuff on it? You know what I mean?
Not very often.
Right. And then the odds of the train derailments all happening at the same time. It just seems like a lot of stuff that doesn't normally happen, all happening at the same time. So the odds against that must be pretty high of it being just whoops.
Yeah. So the 10 barges got loose from a tugboat.
And I get it. I mean, things happen, but it's just like,
Come
what
on.
what did Ohio do to deserve some of this?
And then barges are supposed to have safety drag anchor things. I forget what they're called, but if they get away, they're supposed to deploy these things, because there's usually they have people that jump on the barges to keep them linked and stuff, because they have to have them people on them, and then they jump back on the tug, and they're supposed to hit these things when they start getting away from them.
So there is a warning out. The officials say smoke will be visible for the rest of the night.
So Jeannie said there's only 3 barges stranded on the Ohio and none are on fire. They must have got the one fire out, because there was a fire for a while. I don't know the extent of it, but
they said the smoke will be visible for the rest of the night. And if it's visible, it's inhalable.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Man. Well, what I wonder too is like, like what you're saying, Bigfoot, like why Ohio? And like, there must be some reason for it, that why they're doing all this stuff. Like it makes me wonder what the end goal is. Do you know what I mean? And why is it Ohio? What's
2030 agenda.
Oh, what do you mean, Bush?
They can kick you off your land if it's contaminated.
Oh, they must want that land more than another land per se. Then maybe like, does it feed into the Mississippi or something? Is that what the end goal is? Like, they take the Mississippi? Or
Well, actually, so in Pennsylvania, they started doing some digging, getting the cobalt and some other things, which is used to make our microchips, our chips. And just stopped right there in Ohio, because they can't go that far yet, because nothing has gone through giving them permission to do so.
Mm-hmm.
And it's right there at the issue.
So they want the cobalt, I guess, right? The mining rights or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
And just like Bushcraft mentioned, you want to repeat that with the whole.
That's the 2030 agenda that they have planned for. They want everybody in these 15-minute cities. And one of the things that in that bill or law or whatever you want to call it is, if your area gets contaminated, like within like the water or the soil or something, they can kick you off your land to protect you.
Wow.
yeah,
What's metric tons compared to regular tons?
I don't know. So, no, I agree with you, Red Scout. But I mean, you look at the people in East Palestine; they can't even drink their water. It's like they're getting burnt from taking chemical burns from taking a shower. That's something to worry about.
But they
It really
said the
is.
water was okay.
After being told their water was okay.
Yeah.
And that's a good time to stock up on water. But make sure you know where it comes from. Stay away from Ohio water.
And right before this happened, I don't know about all states, but our water is outrageous. I mean, I'm just going to go off the bend here and say at an expensive store for Aquafina. Is it Aquafina? It's kind of a high-end water. It's like kind of a little bit more expensive than regular. It was $6.69 for a 24-pack.
Wow.
Of water. I'm sorry, I'm sounding.
So Joanne says 8,100 gallons of latex paint spilled into the Delaware River Friday. See, it's Philadelphia drinking water. No coincidence.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why they ran out of bottled water in their stores and stuff.
So you're right. It's Agenda 2030, huh? They want to like get everyone off their land and put in these little tiny stack them, pack them, high-rise cities, smart city, whatever they're called, right?
Hey, I'm wild man. Yeah, yeah.
I wonder like how long it'll take though to reach that goal. Like, you know what I mean? Like how long would it take them to just like? It seems like that would take forever though to like, migrate everybody, build the cities, and
Well, they already have them.
they already have them. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's certain Walmarts. One of them's in Canada that they have these things on top of the little freezer parts where you get your frozen stuff and your meat and stuff, that they're assuming that if you go up to them, and this is when they pass the thing with the Fed coin or whatever they're going to call it. So the way these are working is you got 15 minutes of travel time throughout the city a day. And if you want to go over the 15 minutes, say you want to go visit your friend that's on the far side of town and you need an extra 5 minutes of travel time, well, you have to put in a ticket to be approved for that 5 minutes. If you don't, and then if you go over the 15 minutes, then your money goes down, your score goes down, or however you want to call it. And say you wanted to go get some milk and you go to open it up and it won't let you because it scans you and says, oh, you already drank too much milk this week or this month or whatever.
I always knew I was coming, but is that in place in some places already?
Yeah, there's 26 cities that's already in place. 36 countries are doing this.
Dang.
Or 32 countries.
That's like what Lake was talking about with the hand thing. Was it for Amazon or something, or was it Lake?
It's going to be. They're saying at first it's going to be this thing, and you have to have it on you at all times, and then it's going to go to a chip in your hand.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're using the hand scanners through Amazon One right now. And nationally, in our country, the first restaurant to sign up this coming month in April, they're rolling it out in, I believe, 400 or 200 stores at Panera Bread, where you can, if you already have the Amazon One, you don't need to sign up. But it's for their loyalty customers and payment. So you wave your hand once for your loyalty membership, and then you do it again to pay for it.
And it's all biometric, right?
It's a biometric hand reader, and it's through Amazon One. But it's not the first, other companies are ready to sign on board. It's not going to be just restaurants. Already doing it is your arena, right? For like concerts. Mm-hmm. Obviously Amazon One, anything to do with Amazon.
Tickets and stuff.
There's quite a few things that I mentioned in that video or that live that is already on board using Amazon One palm scanners.
So that's not the chip. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, so your palm is individually set to every one person. No person's fingerprint or palm is the same. Right. So that's your palm. That, you know what I mean? Unless something happens, that doesn't change for you. So that gets sent and linked to your bank.
It's like fingerprint recognition or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Eric, how you doing?
Hi, Eric.
Hey, Eric.
Good evening. Good evening. Hey, Peanut.
Hey, what's up?
Eric's hiding in the corner over there.
No, very good conversation. I was thinking about all of these spills and convenient accidents, shall we say. Mm-hmm. And I can remember years ago, I'm going to say late 70s through the middle 80s, the EPA was tough on everybody. Mm-hmm. Certain things could not be transported via river. They got to go in a tanker truck. Certain train lines that are close to rivers and streams, these were all no-nos back in the day. And now all of a sudden, here we are. So Is it a coincidence? It seems kind of
Way too many.
backhanded to me. So
So the U.S. Army Corps, I never mentioned that, and engineers, because they're also the ones that, are been in the water for a while now, fixing a lot of, up here, they've been fixing our hydroelectric, updating in America. So the Army Corps has been doing that, but they're also taking care of this. So at the Indiana Bridge Pier,
Mhm.
yeah, that was where the crash site happened.
Yes, if you guys are just coming in, we're talking a little bit about the current situation on the Ohio River with the barges that kind of got loose, and some of them.
Are sinking. The
Yeah,
other
there's
one's on
one in
fire.
particular that's the one to be really concerned about. It's got 1,400 tons of methanol in the barge, and it's partially submerged. So, like Bushcraft was saying, as long as that stays sealed,
Right.
no problem. But
So the one barge that caught fire, it was holding either the soy or the grain. Obviously, there was diesel fuel involved. That's a concern, but not like the methanol one.
mhm.
What would happen if the methanol did get in? Like it kill fish and stuff, or what would happen?
No, between 10 and it's fatal between 10 and 30 hours.
Well,
To anything.
but we're not experts.
Right. Well, no, I read this from the .gov.
If there's any fish still alive in Ohio River.
Right.
Yeah, true.
So it causes a lot of different things, including, blurred vision, blindness. This is all between a 10 and 30 hour or less span. Seizures. It is fatal if ingested or inhaled like that. No,
Oh, if you breathe it in or you drink it, you'll die.
any small amount of this in a
Damn.
small amount between 10 and 30 hours. This is a serious situation, and there's millions involved in it at risk. Sorry, but I'm just saying the truth.
Yeah, that's pretty intense. Yeah.
Or it doesn't rupture and everything's good.
I'm really hoping it doesn't.
But it kind of now the East Palestine incident, those waterways flow to the Ohio River, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's on the northern portion of the Ohio. This is on that southern portion, on the southern border of Ohio. It's like the whole Ohio River is kind of being threatened. In Blind Strait, this happened. It's still ongoing.
It started 2 a.m. yesterday morning.
Okay.
And today at just before 4 p.m. Eastern time, one of the barges caught fire, but it was one holding, obviously their diesel fuel, but it was one holding, it was either the one that had the grain or the
Corn
soy.
or soybeans. Yeah.
Ooh. There's something new just popped up about East Palestine.
Yeah.
Baltimore is blocking the toxic water from East Palestine. There's approximately 600,000 gallons to 8,000 gallons. They're trying to find a place to dump it.
Oh,
Mhm.
So they were. I guess there's some place in Baltimore that they were going to get rid of it. Now they don't have the place to get rid of that water.
Wow.
Is there a way to clean it, or like once it's in, forget it? It's just.
this is really, really bad.
What if it evaporates, like from the sun and all that? Will that be the end of it, or will it go into the sky and rain down somewhere else? Or
Well, the thing is, if they would have done what they've done since 85 is when they were it is illegal to burn this stuff. It's called to dump and burn. They're not allowed to do this unless it's hardly ever, it hasn't been done. This is the first time. And there was no trying to unload it to another tank. There was no dump and cleanup, was what they should have done, even though that's still bad. But once you burn this stuff, it becomes 1,000 times worse.
So overseas, this has taken many, many lives overseas. You cannot see it, smell it, or taste it. But drink even a small amount, and it could make you ill and not with us anymore within 10 to 30 hours, like I said. This has been a problem in several countries, actually, dated back to 2019, even 2020. It even had a problem with our hand sanitizer. They found that in there. Remember the hand sanitizer recall?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what they were finding in that same substance. Hey, conservative patriot. Good evening.
It seems to be a popular sentiment up here on the screen right now.
I'm sorry, but I think I agree.
Right. Well, it's one big toilet there anyway, so might as well dump it there. Right?
Oh, right. If you can't drain the swamp, you know. might as
Right.
well- Yeah.
You know, they've got the internet down now where things I was looking up an hour ago or 2 hours ago are now changing. So I had to save a lot of my links, but some of the ones that I didn't save, they're not coming up the way they were because they are directing
Oh,
the traffic on the vehicle, and they're directing the traffic because they don't
Yeah.
want us to know.
I just found that out just because I had links set up there, and I went back and I went to flip it, and
Not
mid
there.
me making a video, I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah. So whenever you see something like that, take screenshots, save the
Mhm.
pictures, send it to your email. But when you send it, it could still change. So taking like even a screen record of you scrolling through it, this is outrageous.
And like I said, it's compounded by the fact that we just watched how much lack of truth there was with the East Palestine incident. So it's like, who?
So much. And like Eric was saying, this chemical was banned from transportation by trains, barges, and stuff. And then it just it was removed from the list. And then the first time it was, and then I mean, the place that this accident happened, right there where the Ohio River starts, right where they just got done making a movie about the same thing happening. I mean, what are the chances of this?
Yeah.
Too many coincidences.
So the dog.
And not only that, but if you want a spill to have the greatest effect, you have it at the headwaters, not way downstream, so to speak.
Mhm.
So it's a shame what they're doing.
I put in chat from the .gov of how like what this causes.
You're talking about the methanol?
Yeah, I finally got it. I actually did save it. I just had to go hunt for it in the darn Lake Fairy files.
You know, that was commonly used in, and it still is in drag racing. When I lived in Jersey, my friends used it at Raceway Park, but it's a weird fuel because you can source it from fossil fuels, coal, shale,
Mhm.
tar sands. I mean, it's you can even recycle from carbon dioxide and make it. I mean, it's got goods, but it's got a lot of minuses, especially in the situation that you're in now. But if it did leak, it would come right to the surface because it's basically still a petroleum-based product. So it would float to the top. You'd see it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
not protein bound.
Yeah. So when I saw videos of the East Palestine incident where they were in the creek beds and just stirring up the sand bed, the stuff just leached right up out of the.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, does it have like a shelf life where it breaks down after a while, or will it just be always there?
That's a good question. I don't know.
It really is.
Well, the East Palestine thing, they're saying 30 years plus
Mm.
Wow, it's a long
in
time.
soil. I don't know about water.
That's the vinyl chloride you're talking about, right?
Yeah,
Right.
Mhm.
and that's the chemical after it's burned. That's not
Right.
vinyl
And-
chloride.
If it's 30 years on land, if it's relatively close to that on water, that water could go who knows where, right? Like it starts to be a problem there. Maybe it goes all around the ocean and then it ends up, in other countries somewhere else, and then people start dying there.
Well, how much did they said so many thousands of acres of farmland gets water from the Ohio River, not to
Oh,
mention the
wow.
Mississippi.
About the irrigation.
That's
Dang,
that's probably billions of acres
damn.
along the whole thing.
100 billion.
So it's gonna make it where, well, I don't know what they're gonna do then, because how are they gonna take care of their farm? They can't get the water. What do they have it shipped in or
We'll be
something?
eating
Doesn't
it.
make sense. Rain. Yeah.
A lot of water to ship in.
Yeah, golly, that's not even practical. You know what I mean? Like, how would you even do that if you wanted to? So probably it'll be like even more food that's not on the table like next season or something, right? Or I don't know, maybe this year. Maybe, I'm not sure when the cycles are for farming and all that. So I don't know.
I don't know. There's too
Ooh.
much. I don't believe in coincidences. You guys know that.
No.
Yeah, I don't either.
So, I mean, as far as incidents like this, I mean, what could you even possibly do to prepare for something like that? I mean,
Yeah, that's a great point.
Maybe you can prepare for something, but a different chemical or something would have a completely different impact. It's like, what? That's tough. There's certain things that are really tough to prepare for.
So this is these barges, the family owned. There's quite a few of them. So this business has been handed down of the generations. But did you know that Frederick B. Ingram from Ingram Barges, okay? He's part of a dynasty of Nashville, Tennessee, and he was charged with bribing government officials over sewage contract in Chicago
Wow.
and jailed for 16 months. His sentence was commuted by President Jimmy Carter in 1980. So this is going way back. I fished way back.
Wow.
And
Good old
so-
Carter.
yeah, I had to bring that up. So this is the company of these barges that is at hand that we're talking about.
So they've
So
been doing
it-
it for a long time, I guess, right?
It's from the Ingram Barge Company, from Ingram Marine Corp.
I wonder if he's related to Laura Ingram. Does that the girl from Little House on the Prairie?
It goes way back.
Right.
No, that's you mean Ingalls.
Oh yeah, Eagles.
Laura Ingram is actually from Fox News
Yeah,
now.
we know.
Oh yeah, right.
We know what you meant, Peanut.
Yeah. Right. They're all hanging out on the prairies. Prairie dogs are like, "What? You're poisoning us? No way!" Right.
I want to ask if maybe Shift Kicker or somebody in one of the mods in chat could drop a link for me, and it's to a friend of ours, TJ Squatchy, Queen of the Sasquatch. Can you drop her link? See if we can get her.
That would
built?
be way too much Sasquatch on one stream. I got big for this.
No, just
I'm kidding.
Getting awful hairy.
I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
for reasons unknown. I'm kind of partial to that name.
Right. Exactly.
Hey,
Kind of
Ben.
like me and my Nana and Cashew. Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What?
Everybody knows Peanuts Nana.
Yeah. She used to bring me milk and cookies.
Auntie Almond? Is that what it is?
They're no relation, but it was hilarious. Hi, Izzy. If anyone else wants to come up, you can let us know, and we can get you the link.
Yeah, so if somebody wants to come up, just mention it there in the chat. Hey, it's
Yeah.
the Broussards.
Hey, Broussards.
It's good to see you.
Can
Good to see
catch everybody up again.
That's
Why-
a cool name. Looks French or something, Broussard.
Okay, so we have this. So there's 2 times TJ Squatchy and Shift Kicker dropped that link as a personal favor, at least to me, because
For
she's
me.
and Lake. TJ Squatchy's our buddy.
She's
And,
squatchy too.
yeah, she helps us a lot, and she's a good friend. So
Yeah.
go ahead
And
subscribe.
she's your queen, too.
Queen of the Sack.
She's royalty to Bigfoot. Bigfoot's everywhere. They're like, here comes the queen. You should be royalty too. You need a title now, like Duke or Earl or like King or something.
I just call him Bigfoot Sasquatch, or I call him mostly for dinner.
How about,
Right?
how about just Josh?
Okay, fine.
That works.
Or Babe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you give someone a title, might as well. I mean, she's the queen. You could be like Sir Josh.
I don't want to be the queen. I don't want that. Queen.
They could do like the queen wave, like howdy ho.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You have to make that sound too.
Yeah, that's mandatory. Absolutely, you got to do the sound.
Hey, Klein. Well, thank you for watching the ad, and I'm sorry there's ads. Okay, so the link is in chat. That's a fun thought.
Yeah. So not only do we have all this stuff being affected by these derailments and barges, but we also had massive storms go through Mississippi, F4 tornadoes. That was, and this is just the start of tornado season. So there's
We have till December or January to go, right? Like we have from now till
well,
the end of the year.
spring is really bad.
Yeah, spring down south is bad.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
So Bigfoot wanted to talk about being prepared for some of these things that are happening. You got somebody in your backstage.
Oh, it's TCP.
Yeah, mind your stream, will you?
Hey, conservative, how's it going?
I knew that would get TCP laughing when he got up here.
Yeah, it's getting real crazy out there.
Susie D wants a repeat about the barges. So on top of what the train derailment did in East Palestine, Ohio, we now had a tugboat carrying 10 barges that let loose. 3 out of the 10 barges got caught up on a bridge in Indiana on the Ohio River. One of those 3 barges caught on fire holding, it was either grain, corn, or soy. The other barge that is halfway sunk, okay, submerged underwater halfway, is carrying 1,400 metric tons of methanol, which is deadly.
A lot of chemical there.
A lot of chemical.
Yeah.
I'll be
So
back, I'll be
definitely need some prayers for that situation that things remain contained.
listening. So how can we prepare for all these disasters, either weather coming up?
Yeah, I mean we can talk about the preparations, but the thing I keep coming back to is all of these things that happen, and I definitely cannot talk about this certain thing, but there was a certain thing that happened at a school just a few days ago, and you guys know what I'm talking about. Now, it is absolutely sickening watching this stuff happen because these situations, these tragedies are being used by and it's not just the left, it's also the right, and you can see it. They're using these for their agendas.
Mhm.
Now, you're talking about situations that are tragic and involving families, and these they're used as talking points against their political rivals. It's a shame. It's an absolute shame.
It's not a time to do that. We're
And
past
unfortunately, they're going after Christians.
Yep,
Yes, they are.
A certain group of these
Yep.
confused individuals.
that's the
And
big.
unfortunately, it's on my birthday.
Mhm.
It's
2 days from now.
so you got to watch what you're doing April 1st.
That's pretty severe, TJ Squatchy.
Oh, I put a link in private for you that you were wanting. Bigfoot.
Okay, gotcha. Yep. Thank you.
I'm gonna leave and go outside for a minute, but in case Bigfoot gets out of sorts, I'm gonna leave you guys here with this box of goodies.
It's a Squatch crate,
There's beef.
Sasquatch crate.
There's beef
Oh,
jerky.
no kidding.
There's beef jerky. There's chips. So if he starts growing hair and getting loud, because this is a touchy subject, and it is, we should be angry. We
Yeah.
should be. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no place for it for
No.
senseless tragedies to be the like selling point or the point of leverage for somebody's agenda. That is
I
disgusting.
agree. You're so right.
And they do it all the time, Josh.
Yes, they
All the
do.
time. Never let a tragedy go unused.
Yeah, and you see it. I mean, East Palestine. I mean, the green people were all over it.
Mm-hmm.
All over it. I don't know. It sucks you can't talk about a lot of it because you won't have a channel if you do. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be a time of mourning, not pointing fingers and try to make money and stuff off of it.
Yeah. It's just.
It is kind of mind-boggling after years and years of this type of tragedy that an affluent community as that one, I'm sure the tuition is quite high. Why there wasn't, I mean, anyone can second guess it, but I mean, that was just an open building, and it's just a shame that these institutions aren't using common sense.
Well, the glass doors were locked.
Yeah, I know, but
The glass
I
doors.
don't want to get into the woulda, coulda, shoulda. I'm just saying, it's
Yeah.
nothing like this should happen anymore here in this country. They've got the opportunity to strengthen things up, and it's a shame that there's not more.
it really is. That was ridiculous, Garden State Gardener. That was
Oh yeah, him and his chocolate chip ice cream.
how ridiculous is that? I mean, how much more disrespectful can you get?
Oh, he topped it today when we were asked about our Christians under attack by this group.
Yeah.
And he said, I don't know. He was laughing and giggling and said, somebody said, well, they said they know. And he said, I don't know.
He does know. He's just playing.
I talk a lot about you can look at a nation oftentimes, just look at their leaders, and you can tell what their situation is in God's eyes, because the Bible says that weak leaders, wicked leaders will be put in charge, and I'm telling you, when a country rejects God the way this country is rejecting God, I mean, you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what it all boils down to. Really. I mean,
That's what I always tell people. Turn to God.
that's what he talks about in the Bible too, right? He's like, all this stuff's going to come to pass, so don't worry about it. There's going to be like wars, rumors of wars, and all this other stuff. So stop me if I'm wrong, Bigfoot, but like, and then like, he's also like, well, you know, the world denied me, so all the stuff they already did it to me, so they're going to do the same thing to you. You know, so it's kind of a double whammy because you're going to be like, I think Bushcraft was mentioned earlier about like how they're going to go after the Christians, right? And so there's that thing where we're going to be. It reminds me of like the two witnesses actually, where the two witnesses are going to be treated like they're demonized or whatever, and everyone's going to say, "Hey, that's the cause of all our suffering. If we didn't have those two guys here, then everything would be great." And so they're probably going to call us like, I don't want to say anything that's going to get the channel shut down, but there's going to be certain words that like they'll use to characterize us as domestic, whatever, and then paint us as being bad people. Like the two witnesses will be like pariahs on society, outcasts, and all that. That like, especially with all this stuff happening, eventually he'll probably blame it all on us. Like if it wasn't for those Christians, then they wouldn't have all this whatever it is, methanol stuff, yeah, and etc. And then like with all the stuff that's happening, we're like, there's gonna be food shortages, there's gonna be wars, there's the waters are gonna be poisoned, there's gonna be pestilence and famine and all this stuff, and like, but not to worry about it because he's got this.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they just voted for you know, the thing that happened, everybody got sick from. They just voted, and it's voted to get rid of it now. The pandemic label.
Oh yeah, it's coming
But
out the 11th.
that-
Yeah.
No, it's already been ruled on. Let me see what it was. I forget.
Oh, okay.
68 to 23 to end it. But it's got to go past his signing too.
Well, they just need 60%, I think, in the House and Senate, and they can't veto it.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't know what percentile they have now, but
that's the thing. Have they put anything that changes that in?
yeah.
Good question.
You know, another thing too, you know, all races, creeds, and colors have been attacked over time. All.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like when it's like, and I'm going to be biased, but it seems like when it's a Christian-based faith, it's almost tossed aside like it's, oh well, you know, sorry that happened, and then, you know what I mean, without getting everybody riled up. It just seems like that's the way Christians are seen, in my opinion, today. They're you know, they're expendable. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And opinions on when this comes to a town near you or a waterway near you or the sky above, how are we going to prepare as humans? Of course we prepare through God, through Jesus, right? But you know, having extra water is really, really important now. Like, I mean, first of all, like Bushcraft always says, first you need oxygen and water, you know, clean air and water, because 3 days without water, clean water, you're in trouble. And I'm not talking about, please do not, I mean, if you need distilled water for like certain machines, you cannot live on distilled water. It has
Oh no.
I just had an epiphany actually about that. It's like, what if like if they're poisoning the waters, and Bushcraft was talking about like the big smart cities, maybe that's the goal. It's maybe that's part of Wormer is to poison all the waters. That way you only have 3 days to make up your mind. And it's like, but guess what? We got all the water you need. All you got to do is sign here and join the club or whatever, and then you know you will have you taken care of. You know what I mean? Like it's the ultimate like trap. You know, because people are like, God, I need that water, so I better, you know, better sign my soul away and go to the big city. And etc.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, P. Charming's been listening.
Yeah.
Hey, oh yeah, number one is knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have supplies, non-toxic trash in Florida?
Oops.
Oh,
Where'd it go? This one.
whereabouts, Crazy Irish?
Help me. I couldn't click it
Yeah.
This is
Come
getting
on,
out of
Dad.
control.
about worry and anxiety and stuff.
So is there any talk of a plan on lifting these drums from the bottom of the river and getting them up and out? And
Yeah, I was hoping somebody here might have gotten an update, but
I haven't seen anything yet.
no.
I haven't either.
That's the thing that Lake said that they're going to test the air and stuff, but they don't say who's doing this.
And the water, but no, there's no information on who.
They.
yeah, well, I'm talking about literally removing the sealed
Yeah,
drums
man.
from the river.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, Han Solo had a thought earlier also about possibly if there might be a way to pump to a separate barge or something. I don't know.
So I did read that earlier. Remember, I talked about the Orsenko, what it stood for. So the WVDEP is coordinating with the ORSANCO to continue daily monitoring of multiple sites along the Ohio River. The WDEP is also in contact with the Ohio EPA and the US EPA regarding.
Some listen to the voice of reason.
Whoa. Sorry, I just didn't know if that was music or something. I read this earlier. So this stands for.
It's West Virginia Department of Energy something.
It is.
Hopefully, it's not the
It's
Ohio
Washington.
EPA.
It's the West Virginia Department of Environmental Protection or something like that.
It's the Ohio River Valley Water Sanitation.
It doesn't sound like it.
Well, it's the member of incorporated.
Or Sanko, but the other thing,
Well, the Orsenko, the other thing is.
the W,
Yeah.
Lazy.
that looks like West Virginia.
Okay, let's see who that is. It's oil and gas map. West Virginia Department of Environmental.
There's a question for you, Bushcraft.
Oh, they were actually flying back from it. They already had the samples and everything for that, and the samples got destroyed too. By the way, not only did the plane crash and the 5 scientists died, but samples were destroyed too.
When did that happen?
It's a little coincidental, don't you think?
I
When
think
You-
I heard something about that, or it's like I think it wasn't like the Rothschilds now the sole benefactor of that situation or something, or like because they were all co-owners or something. Maybe I'm getting them mixed up with something else.
What the 5 scientists? They were independent. They weren't. It wasn't government guys or
They were
for
connected to
the
a company.
train company or anybody.
Oh, okay. That's what you
they
said
were-
there.
Yeah. There's also some college from I think it was Purdue. Is that the Pennsylvania college?
Blue Devils, right?
They were doing testing there too,
You want me to leave a link in chat to go to?
and I'm not
Yeah.
100% on this one or not. And their studies were. They had taken the samples back to the college to do testing, and the samples were contaminated or lost or something. They said they couldn't see if the water was safe or not because the samples were taken or something.
Yeah.
Man, Bush, you know so many things about so many different topics. You're
Well, it's Ohio. I'm right. I'm a couple. Like a county and a half away from it,
yeah, good thing for us you are. You know, we can learn from you from where you're at.
and they say we're not on the same water table, but now we're flooding. So that means we're kind of in the same water table now.
Yeah.
But I don't drink the city water anyway.
Yeah. So
Actually,
we're
Go ahead. Oh, I was going to say, to give a compliment real quick. Like I just, like I say, I'm a bushwhacker. But I feel it applies to everybody here. I mean, everybody in this whole community is so smart. You know, it's just a benefit for me to
Oh,
learn
yeah.
from everybody.
Well, you're really smart too. And if anyone hasn't been checking out the Knot House channel, please do so. If you want a lot of the truth and your eyes open to see what's really going on, or if you want a video to show a friend, the Knot House is putting out a whole lot of eye openers, especially lately. Always has, but especially lately. He doesn't always just do lives. He does several videos, especially those ones the past couple of weeks. And
Oh, thanks, Lee. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Well, you know, you're really smart, and you do a lot of research too.
Well,
So,
thank you, Lee. That's very kind of you.
we love you. Prepping 101 will be going live shortly. His chat actually says waiting on, but he does know that we are live. So he probably will start, well, shortly anyways.
yeah, so we can just head straight over here.
Yeah.
Is there anybody on the panel that has any thoughts they want to share before we close?
Yeah.
Just God bless everybody. You know, just
Yeah.
thankful to be here.
All right. Well, we appreciate just as a personal thank you from Lake and I. Thank you guys for just being here, and a lot of you guys know some stuff that's been going down, and just thank you guys if that makes sense.
Yeah. Stick
All right,
together.
so-
Yeah, thanks for having us up.
Conservative have anything to say before we end?
No.
Yeah, just keep prepping and don't stop.
And Jeff sent me something.
Okay. Yeah, we put the link in there. I figured Jeff would
They already
know.
played it. At least it was out of the right end, right?
That's always a plus.
Oh.
Alexa,
Bigfoot.
Brilliant.
Was that ketchup? I did get to do it.
You did. Yeah,
I
that's-
actually
that's-
wanted to open with that too.
Yeah, we're
but you said
certainly
no.
thankful for that.
You said no.
All right, well, we're going to close up and we're going to head over to, we're going to streak through the quad over to Prepping 101s.
We're gonna streak through the crowd.
Anybody get that reference?
Can we put that in chat?
Will Ferrell.
Peanut, you need that whistle.
Okay, so
Oh yeah.
when you all go over to Prepping 101s, go streaking through the crowd.
Streaking through the quad.
Seriously, what movie is that from?
It's Will Ferrell where he's in college and
Yeah.
he strips down and runs naked through the campus or something.
Yeah, but what is the name of the movie?
All right. Well, you guys all have a great night. Thanks, everybody. It's been good night, good talk. A lot of stuff going on. And if anybody hears anything more on this barge situation on the Ohio River, just maybe throw something in the comments of this video. We would
Yeah.
appreciate it.
And if you have a channel, put it out.
Yep, put it out.
Yep.
All right. So you guys all have a good night. We'll see you soon over at Prepping 101. God bless everybody, and we are out.